Hey YouTube, it's Taki with TaqiTech. So last time we left off, I said that I was going to work on this part of the if statement, both male and female names, and I wanted to make it, as you can see here, there was at one point a lot of lines of code, and I wanted to reduce the lines of code. And the way we do this, the way I recommend doing this is creating in Excel VBA subroutines. If it needs to return a value, we would create a function. So basically what I did was I created two new subroutines, one called print male names and the other one called print female names. And we had a method here, or a subroutine called fill gender, where basically we would go in, let's take a look at the spreadsheet real quick, and we would fill in the person's gender next to their name. So we'll know if it's a male or female name, because sometimes, Dallas Cameron could be a male or a female. So in this case, we know Dallas Cameron is a female because of the F right there. So that fill gender subroutine did that. And if you look here, actually I'm going to start removing lines of code here. So we got rid of enter male names in the call to the subroutine enter data. And we got rid of the fill gender that we just talked about here. And we got rid of the enter data subroutine for the female names and the fill gender for the female names. And I think that enter formula into cells was just a note here. And since our subroutines pretty much explain themselves, we really don't need notes here. And I'm going to leave this note here, also makes names column for make gender column. So when we have both, let's take a look here at our very first page. And this is the gender column that I was referring to before. And Dallas Cameron being the name, and we could tell that Dallas Cameron is a female. And then that fill gender subroutine fills in the M's and the F's, the F's and the M's in the gender column. When we look at our names tab and we look up here, so basically we are dealing with the if statement that deals with both when someone selects both male and female names and clicks on that get new data tab. Okay. So, and when we say make gender column, basically when I say it also makes the names column, when we go back and we take a look, we see it normally if we just have male names, we're just going to have a column that says male names with male names at the top. But if we have a column, if we have both male and female names, they're all going to be in the A column, and then there's going to be a column next to it in the B column called gender. So basically what this line of code right here is saying, make gender column not only makes the gender column, what this note is saying is that it also makes the names column. Alright, so and actually we can see that down here where it says make header names. First thing it does is make header names and then make header gender. Let's get down to our new subroutines. Now, when we go into the print, and they both look exactly the same, print male names and print female names, the only difference is I'm calling column A here because we're going to take a look at the the custom lists sheet, and column A has the male names. And in this subroutine, we're calling column B because over here, column B has the female names. Oh, I apologize. Column B here has the female names, and column A here has the male first names. Okay, got a little confused there by the old custom list sheets. That's just basically native Excel. It's not VBA. Okay. Let's see here. So they both do the same thing. First called a function called, or a subroutine called header check, and I want to rename this. I'm going to call this combo check. I'm going to change it there. Going to change it there, and got to change it here, And here's our combo check header. And what it does basically is I declared a variable called gender row. I initiated the variable's value to 3. So gender row is going to equal 3. Just because when we go down here, we want to, this right here, active workbook sheets names. So it's saying go look at the names tab. And it is saying look at column F, row 3, which would be the number of male names. And then if it's a female, we're going to look at row 4, which will tell us the number of female names. Okay, so that's for the field gender basically, and we might not even need to use this. I might end up not even declaring, I have to dim the variable, of course, up here. Actually, I really don't have to dim it up there. I think it's dimmed automatically once we enter the subroutine. That's something that I might have to research at some point, but there's really no need to now. But it's used if there are both male and female names. Otherwise, the gender row is not used at all. And we'll get to that in just a second. So first thing combo check does is it checks to see if the new name in the first row, second column. So here we go to, let's say we just created this. We're going to look right here. First row, second column, if there's something there. And if there's nothing there, if we haven't already created, did that go up here, and if we haven't already did the make gender column, then what it's going to do is it's going to make the names column that we're going to use to fill in our names. And you can see here where it says I'm passing in gender, so it will see female or male names. And if that gender column is there, then we're going to do that. Here is where we call the field gender. So another change that I made when we go take a look at the field gender, since we most likely will be using that first when we have both names and both male and female names, is I put the end row range there as opposed to where it used to be in enter data. It used to be right here. And I moved it right here because we're doing the field gender before we actually enter the data. And when we run through this, we'll see that. So let's see here. What else did I want to do with this? Okay, and this still looks kind of big to me because we got 4 lines of code here. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to make another subroutine, and I'm going to call it print both names. Okay, and then I'm going to make a private sub here. And I don't think we need to pass anything in. So we're just going to take all this, well, except for print both names. And we're going to throw it into the subroutine here. Okay, so now what I'll do is I got it all in here. I'm just going to make it a little bit tighter. Backspace it. And, oops. Backspace here. Okay, and then we're going to come up here. We're going to get this tabbed in correctly. So that looks completely different than the way it used to look. It looks a lot better, a lot clearer. And there's our print both names. Let's give it a run. So I'll bring it down here, data sheet down here. We're going to go to our names. We're going to hit the button. Let's hope I didn't break anything too badly here. So project's name will be G.I. Joe. So here we go. We should drop right into this if statement, but we don't. Oh wait, yes we do. Okay, so because we made our pretty if statement here, so it's actually looking at a function that's going to return a Boolean value of true or false. So we're going to evaluate if both of, go back to names here, if both of these are greater, both F2, F3 and F4 are greater than 0. So here we go. And there we go, print both names, make the gender column. So we're going to go in here, we're making the header. This is just plain names. So if we take a look, G.I. Joe, just names. Okay, perfect. Let's go up here. And now we're going to make our gender column. Here, gender, perfect. Now we're going to print the male names. So first thing we're going to do is that new combo check. Dropping in the combo check. Gender is female, gender is male here. We're going to do fill gender. This is what I talked about last time. Now we should see the genders field before the names, so that's a little bit different than what we did before. And we're going to enter the data, and we should see 2 male names here. There we go. And now we're going to print the female names. This is when we change it to 4. So now gender row is going to equal 4. Go in here, fill gender again. Gender row now equals 4, so we're looking at the number in F4. And we should now see there's all our F's for female. So that is working good. And we can enter our female names now. The female names should be there now, and they are. Copy and paste it, because right now they're formulas. We just want the values, and that is it. And there is our project for right now. We'll get rid of the dancing ants, and this column count equals 0. Probably the next time around, as we start working on more functionality here, we're going to add in the age, weight, height, hair, eyes, etc. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you have anything to add or any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments. Let me know if you like these longer videos, you like the more detailed, in-depth explanation or not. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take it easy.